Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night. I think I covered them all. I love the sound of that P-38 there, Chris. You hear those engines popping in my head. Love that thing. Yeah, we got a bit of a stiff headwind blowing right down the runway this direction. I see we got Mr. Sean Dale with us. We got Mr. Icarus with us. We've got Stephen Riggs as he's loading in. Rings, excuse me. Riggs. Isn't that in a movie? Yes, Steve Rings. And who else we got back there? I didn't see who it was. Oh, Mr. Sean Dale, that's who we got here. And we'll just give it a few more minutes. A couple people are loading in. Give them a chance to make sure they get in. Kick in. Luke's coming. And good day, Icarus Crab. Luke. Icarus, man, I thought you'd be out making some more bank, showing them young boys how to drive those off-road trucks. There's Hot Rod, his F-18E. Oh yeah, let that F-18 go. So we'll just give it another minute here. In case anybody's loading in just a little late, and then we'll hit the road. Hit the skies. The good thing about flying over Canada, I have to worry about getting shot down. Okay, that was a bad joke. Just gotta worry about running over moose. So how's everybody tonight? Hope you're all well. Doing good. It's raining here, so my dogs will probably be a pain right in the butt during the flight at certain points. Because they can't go out. So they're going to want to pester me instead. If anybody got a chance to see my first flight with the Trent Palmer's plane, the Freedom Fox. Make sure you watch to the end. I left it on a very interesting landing. I was practicing stalls and I didn't recover at all. The first one recovered perfect. Second one, not so much. That F-18 showing off, making us look bad sitting down there in little prop planes. Just another minute or two here. Dog's already starting to pester me. Just a reminder, next week won't be a Thursday, it will be a Warplane Wednesday because I have to be at the racetrack on Thursday. So next week will be a TBM Tuesday and a Warplane Wednesday. Hot Rod's going to be out of fuel by the time we get started. Alright, here comes Steve. I think he's taxiing. We'll get in the air. Oh, I ought to set my altitude. I'm guessing 10,000, that would be a good place to start tonight. Well, we're actually going east, so it should be 11,000. We'll make it 11. Wow. I wish we got the sonic boom on the ground when they go by. I know, the P-38 is going to be nice when we hit the mountains. Okay, I think everybody's down here. I got my brakes off. Alright, let's give it hell. Should jump in the air tonight, but this wind is blowing almost dead perfect down the middle of the runway. P-38 go. Beat my turboprop all to hell. Oh man, I almost got to see the gear go up. Oh no, it looked like it was going up. I guess it didn't. Well, that stinks. My flaps up. My gear's on its way up. Let's get this autopilot on, nav mode started. We'll get a vertical speed of about 1500 feet per minute climb. A little bit hazy down here. Looks like there's some snow down there. Looks like a junkyard down there. Everybody getting in the air. Hot Rod, Mr. Shondale. I'm missing one. Get ahead of me? I don't know. All right, let's see, what do we got planned for the stairs, Steve? I knew it was around somewhere. So I'm going to be at IMSA next weekend. I'm actually not working this year for a change. I'm just going to kick back and try to spectate, which I'm very bad at now because I feel like I'm not doing my job. It's going to be kicking back, spectating. We have a 20 by 30 hospitality tent we're setting up. Friends of mine and myself, and we're doing a 20 by 30 hospitality tent. And this year we're putting up a second 10 by 20 tent to act as like a food tent area, and just have the 20 by 30 for the seats and the racing and stuff like that. So we'll see how it works out. Should be fun. I'll have some shorts from there showing you the setup, showing you some of the paddock, some of the action. I look forward to this. Once a year I play spectator, and about 50% of the time when I'm supposed to be playing spectator there, I get asked by one of the teams to come down and work. Unfortunately, that's the problem with knowing most of them. They're like, oh, you're here, we're short-handed, can you help? How you doing, Luke? Y'all ready to fly? Have a nice day for it. Looks like the weather's going to be cooperative for a little ways, and it looks like there's a little band of unstable air between us and the landing. And Icarus is right on it. He's really pushing it. Of course, you want to congratulate Icarus, because last week when he disappeared all of a sudden, he was out, jumped in a off-road racing truck without practice, without qualifying, and took the win and won some real life cash. So congratulations, Mr. Icarus. It's a pretty awesome feat. I'm hoping to next week I should have the, I'm hoping I will have it. I just got to get this squared away. I will have the, they did it in the Lucas Oil Pro 4, lots of hours on that rig, I'll bet, to be able to pull that off. It's an always sunny day as a pilot, just an issue when you need to come back to land. Exactly, you can always climb above it if you got a good enough plane. Very true. I'm just happy we got something to look at other than tundra. Not much more, but yet. But we got some roads. So hopefully I have a dentist appointment in the morning. That's fun. 8 o'clock. It's about a 40-minute drive. Got to be there at 8 o'clock in the morning. Holy crap. Coming up, the 16th event. Pro trucks with 25,000 first up for grabs. Is it 25,000 for the whole season, or is it so much per race? Is it so much per each, and then there's a big one for the overall champion, or how's that going to work out? So yeah, like I was saying, I got dentist in the morning, and we'll know. I may have to take a few days off at some point coming up soon for the season champ. That's awesome. We're discussing at the dentist tomorrow morning, pulling all the rest of my teeth I have left, doing away with partials and going full artificial choppers. And if that's the case, I'm probably not. I may fly, but I'm not going to be up to talking. I think I have to relearn to talk with new sets of teeth, and I'll probably be too damned embarrassed to do it online. So we'll see how it shakes out. And I have to have one tooth patched in the morning. So loads of fun coming up. But that's one of the reasons I took the entire month of August off this year to plan this. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be fun. 16 events. You should definitely record the events and put them up if you can. Funny, I've had partials for years, so I'm used to wearing partials. So it's not that going to be that different. And I don't have a shitload of teeth, real teeth left anyway, so. And COVID, I lost 2 more because they couldn't repair them in my state because the repair was considered elective. But an extraction was an emergency and they would do those. So to stop the pain, I had 2 extractions because I couldn't get them fixed. Lovely. But at least once they're all out, then I won't have to go through this crap every year, breaking a tooth or snapping a tooth, or my screwed up immune system attacks my joints, my body, my teeth. Fun stuff. But hopefully we'll get new choppers, get them in August while I have nothing to do. Oh, like I was saying, for the Warplane Wednesday, I'm getting the Spitfire. But for once, I'm actually going to get it direct from the developer because this is the silliest thing in the world. But if I get it through the developer, it has the guns. They still don't work, but at least they're rendered on the aircraft. Or if I get it from the store, the Microsoft store, the guns are like erased. That's just silly. That makes no sense to me. I mean, I get they're inoperable. It's not a shooting game, but if you buy it through the in-game store, they're edited. Yeah, I'm getting the Ironworks one. No, absolutely. I am getting that one because that one's come highly recommended. And that one, you get the one with the shaved wings as well. You get a couple different versions. So that's the one I'm going with. But I had no idea that they edited them. Edited? Jesus, can't talk. I can't say that word. Edited? Whatever. That they erased the guns on the ones from the marketplace. I can't believe it just censored that, Chris, because you said the word race. Seriously, people? You know, there are races that have nothing to do with skin color. Check my Discord race chat channel for today's post for the event. Awesome. Oh, how do you even get that thing to go that slow? That makes sense. Oh, there goes Mr. Dale underneath. Oh, I reached cruising altitude and then put my throttles back where they belong. Didn't trim the plane out yet. Oh, let's see if we can get a screenshot with all three of them in there. Maybe. Get my Bluetooth to connect. I had it turned on before I started. There it goes. There's the 18. There's Mr. Sean. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. Right there. Haha. Put that up in the Discord real quick. Oh, it's Thursday night flights. Tuesday night. There we go. I like how that came out. Turn my plane back out. Let's see what else is back there. There's Icarus down there. That one up. Make Mr. Brett feel bad when he finally... He's working this week during the day, if I remember right. He's got some digger work going on. Good for him. Always good to have the extra cash flow coming in. Yeah, if I'd have known that, I would have bought the P38 externally. I didn't know that. Oh, this is a pretty river. That's big farmland. That one's either an orchard or vineyard. Look at how nice and straight their lines are, and how far apart they are. And they're usually planted diagonal on square fields, so I'm not quite sure why they do that, but they do. Upside down. And I'm out of coffee already. Yeah, to get out and go do something. Yeah, I love my free time. I like playing on the computer, but I'd go bonkers if I didn't have my racing to go to a couple times a month. This year is being odd because we scaled back quite a bit. So that's a little bit odd to get used to. I'm used to going much more than we are this year. Well, there's some hills. There's actually some valleys. It's kind of like high flat plateau with some valleys. We should be getting right directly into the Rockies at some point tonight's flight. It is a little bit on the longer side. It did say 4 hours, but we know how Microsoft lies. 4 hour flights, usually 2.5, 3 tops. The TBM. Oh, gauge sign. I'm still on the quest. If anybody knows of anybody that has TBM in the northeastern part of the United States, let me know. I am on a quest to see one up close and personal. So 18 hours of the headwind. Headwind's not that bad. You got less than four knots. Coming in at an angle. TBM, that's nothing. Like I said, get a hold of me. I am looking to get up close and personal with a TBM. I wouldn't dream of asking for a ride. They're way too expensive to fly per hour, but I would like to get up close, take some pictures, see the inside. So anybody now or in the future watches this particular clip and knows of a TBM in the northeastern US that's willing to let me go take a look at it, hit me up. I will drive. All of New England, New York, New Jersey. Not New York City, sorry. I don't care if TBM or not. I'm not going to the airports in New York City. Because unfortunately, every single one of New York City's airports, you have to go through the city to get to. They're not on the outskirts, they're on the southern end of the island. What do we got for temperature up here? Got to worry about icing? It's -3. I don't think we're going to ice up. Not really that cold. I don't see any ice building on the windshield, so we should be good. Clouds aren't that thick. Hills are starting to rise. I reset my barrel, but I think it put me right on the same level as put me right on top of Mr. John Dale. Right now it looks cool with the two of them cruising together. How do you even go so slow with a F-18? Without stalling it. Just about perfect. Just a little bit of, we look stacked right off each other. I think I'm overtaking a hair. I'm just going to back my throttle off just a touch. See if we can't stay paced right here. Where's Mr. Icarus? There he is. There's Steve. Come on, Icarus. I know that P-38's got it in it. Kick her in gear. So the next flight after this one will finally be out of Canada. Of course, we were in Canada, went to Greenland, back to Canada. Now we're going to be in the Canadian Rockies, and the very next stop will be inside the United States. Oh, looks like you put out the air brakes on that one. Must have paused it. The 96 you need to be perfect. I can adjust mine to 97, but I have my prop adjusted too, which changes the equation a bit. You gotta be careful adjusting the trim of the prop out on this piece, because all of a sudden it'll just spin right out of sight on you. Stop. What do you suppose those circles with all the lines coming out of them are? Down there. Oil? We're not too far from Edmonton, and Edmonton's known for its oil wells, and I'll bet that's all oil down there. Oil fields in Edmonton. Our altitudes are getting closer. Adjust my barometric and see what happens. Yeah, it's gonna go down. Now we'll be right on top of each other. I think I hear a jet coming again. Oh, big one. Really big one. Whoop. Got too close. Yeah, I gotta get more of the jets. Let's see, on the F-35, it always shows that one up as a giant jumbo jet. Oh, it says F-18. There's Icarus and the P-38. I can see his landing light on. I can see my landing light still on. That's probably not a good thing. Taxi light on anyways. Never. And the wind's now shifted off to the side. That helps. 7 knots, but hit some turbulence there and it's swung around to the side. Oh wow, really? Send you a link to the F-18 Super Warrior with a Top Gun aircraft carrier. Oh, absolutely. I'll give it a shot. Thank you. I do have to start getting some more of the jets so that way they show up in the stream. Even if I don't fly them, I'm going to have to get some of them. Like the F-35 that a lot of people fly the F-35. I should put the Vertigo back in because there are several people that fly that. There comes Icarus. "100 minutes left of the flight according to the aircraft." Yeah, that is so strange. I look everywhere. It's like, well, we can land on the aircraft carrier only in that scenario. You can't land in it anywhere else. That made no sense to me. Pull my throttle back a hair so I don't cut your tail off. I lost Icarus again. Ass oboe. There he is. He's up high. Gaining some altitude. An ass oboe. Is that a new musical instrument? An ass oboe? Oh, my vision's gotten bad. I can't read that. Even on my 42-inch screen, I have to zoom in to read it. And I got an hour and 38 minutes to go. About right. 9:30ish. So, I happen to heavily be into industrial music. I really enjoy industrial, like goth, the old goth. But modern industrial, I found this Australian singer, and I'm working right now to hopefully license a few of her songs to play on this channel. She's open to it. We're just working out some details. If it works out, I will show you the name and everything. Hope it works. Keep your fingers crossed. Has some pretty decent banging music going. Oh, Bristol. Yeah, Bristol's kind of, it comes at you quick and it never stops turning. Yeah, I'm hoping it works. Sorry, I'm eating a cookie. I had like the most unhealthy dinner ever. I'll bet it did. That's a short little track and it just goes around and around. It'd be like riding a tilt-a-whirl for an hour. Yeah, no matter where you sing, it always comes out crap. I am happier and hope it works out for them that they push their update schedule a little bit longer so that they can fix more stuff. I hope. Yeah, Northcliffe and Spa, exactly. I have my fingers crossed that my Northcliffe trip is going to happen this fall. Big fingers crossed. A bucket list trip. They're going to go to Portimao and Northcliffe and possibly one other while we're on this little 2-week jaunt to go to a couple of racetracks in Europe. So, fingers crossed. I can understand the quarter-mile oval like we have here. You know, it's a small, short track, Saturday night. They're little cars. You know, they're not full-size NASCAR Cup cars. Yeah, 1,000 horsepower going around a quarter-mile oval. I wouldn't even want to take a car as fast as our Corvette out on a quarter-mile oval. I mean, the fast cars in the quarter-mile ovals have the giant aero packages on them, just to stay on the short tracks. I kind of like Martinsville, but that's a half mile, isn't it? It's 2 quarter-mile drag strips with a 90-degree turn at the end. That again, that's like short track Saturday night stuff. Lime Rock's a short track for a road course. Lime Rock's really short and only has one left-hand turn, so just under a mile and a half. They claim it's a mile and a half track, but when somebody actually measured it one time, it comes up just a touch under. And that's a crazy little short track because you can take air on the uphill, especially the Porsches with the weight in the rear. Some of them will get 8, 10, 12 inches the front tires off the ground coming up the hill. When they top the hill, the car keeps going up. And that racetrack is my gremlin track. It's my kryptonite track. I can't ever get that car set up right for that track. I can't care what I do. I make the mistakes every time. You know, after every session, I flip the tires at Lime Rock because if I don't, the same thing will happen. One side will totally wear out and the other side will be fine. Like the right front tire hardly even gets hot. I think it only goes up like 4 pounds of pressure at Lime Rock because it literally is doing nothing the whole race. The right front tire does absolutely nothing. It's keeping the bumper from dragging on the right front corner of the car. That's all it's doing. Yeah, this very distinctly looks like oil fields we're flying over. Must be the Edmonton oil fields. So, NASA lost contact with their little spacecraft they were sending to the moon. The little Electron rocket did great launching it. It completed all its firings perfectly, let go of the spacecraft. NASA talked to it once, and went to talk to it the second time, it shut off and hasn't talked to them since. NASA's not off to a great start trying to get back to the moon. NASA car, there you go. NASA car. They'd probably get there faster if they called it NASA car. It's quarries, but there's also a lot of oil. That's what every one of these things are. A really interesting bit of irony is in southern Texas, you drive for miles and miles and miles, and there's windmills and windmills and windmills and windmills. And when you finally realize that all that power from the windmills is going to the refineries to process the oil. Oh, dogs are being pains. Pet me, pet me, pet me. It must be a rough life just to walk up to somebody and say, hey, rub my belly. If I did that, I'd just get in trouble. I know I would. And I'll be happy when we get into the mountains. This is cool and all, but it's still too flat. At least we got trees now, and we got roads and oil wells instead of just tundra. Put a picture up of the quarry. I'll take a look at it. Yeah, it looks like some sort of quarry for sure. So once I get the Spitfire, look for another one of my random pop-up first flight streams. I figure I'm going to do that just for giggles, for good or bad. I'm going to fly the first time I fly them ever, I'm going to do live every time I get a new plane. So that should be interesting, to say the least. said, like, yeah, no pressure. I was doing good with the Freedom Fox. That is a fun little plane. It's rock solid, stable. And the first spin, you know, the left wing dropped, right rudder, power on, came right out. No problem. So I decided, well, hell, that went well. Let's try it again. Next time, it wouldn't recover for anything. Nose first right in the ground. Lost a couple thousand feet really quickly. Let's see how we're doing for temperatures. Well, it's warming up a degree. The wind is off our left side now. Won't be affecting us that much. Says we have an hour and 26 minutes out. Yeah, I've seen you do that. I've seen you do that all the way to the ground. Hank and Bryce got a really nice view of that. Oop, cookie. That Yak 9 I was flying, that bugger will wingtip stall in a heartbeat. Holy cow. You really want to have your speed up when you're maneuvering that one, because it'll just, 1 second you're there, next second the wing's heading for the ground. Yeah, some are, well, any of the canards, like the Long EZ and the Velocity XL, take your hands off. It'll recover. It'll recover on its own. Because as soon as you stall, instead of the wingtip stalling, the nose stalls, and the plane picks up speed. It does everything for you. It's like the easiest plane in the world. Yeah, it's amazing they can model the differences. It's amazing they got the canards right too, because they, in real life, when you go up and you go up and do the stall characteristics, they won't stall. I mean, they'll stall. Every plane will stall, but as soon as first thing to drop's the nose. As soon as the nose drops, your speed picks up and it levels out. But man, that little plane today, I mean, it didn't stall till like 20 miles an hour, but when it finally stalled, first time I recovered it perfectly. Second time, I don't know what I did wrong, but it was gone very wrong. Hello, John Stinson. Welcome. Welcome to our TBM Tuesday night flights. We're just cruising across Canada, talking about stall characteristics of certain planes and instruments. And here, oh, there we go. I got to get a shot of that. This thing come back up. I really got to get a shot of that. I think I gotta get a wired controller for this, because this one keeps auto shutting off. My Bluetooth, even when it's plugged in, it auto shuts itself off. Whoa, that's not good. There we go. I don't think you can. I think they're modeled, but you can't actually fire them. Need a better picture of that. Get back here. No. I didn't like that one. This is going to be better. Brake by wire in your race cars. Oh, I can imagine. Imagine Bluetooth in the race car. Oh, I got a video from inside the car, short clip. we got a new camera mount in its back where you can see the driver's hands. And you can see him actually driving the car better, as well as out the window. But I made the mistake of giving the boss the camera. I have the one qualifying race we had before the clutch went, before we had the clutch issues. There's some that you can do it with the aftermarket ones. Brett knows. Hit Brett up in a PM or on his channel. He'll tell you. He knows all the which ones will and won't. We got a new camera mount position, and I'm going to put some clips up. I want to know what everybody thinks of it, because I like it. I really do like the new camera mount position, because you can see how much the driver's sawing at it with his hands. Red Leaf Patriot. Oh, he must be Canadian. I'm sure there's some loot that I've never dealt with most of those aftermarket planes or outside the market planes, and Brett's done them all. Hey, the high prairie. Huh? Let's hopefully we're getting close to the mountains. There you go. Sean Dale will see if he can find it, post it in the Discord, because I'm pretty sure that Brett's done something with that. I know he's done planes that shoot, or he's talked about it. That's pretty cool. We just both got hit with the exact same sideways turbulence. That was cool. So at least we know we're getting pretty much the same wind patterns. That was neat to see. Make a short out of that. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Remind me never to buy a box of Fry Hopper cookies again before a stream. I don't know if you have them over in Australia or England, but they're these little tiny soft batch chocolate chip cookies. Not much bigger than a coin. They're addicting as all hell. I know I've said this before, but does anybody think it makes any sense whatsoever we live on a round planet with all these mountains and stuff, and we still divide it up into squares? Sense. I keep saying you glitch. 1 minute you're behind, then you're ahead, then you're behind, then you're ahead. Uh-oh, clouds are getting thicker up ahead. May have to go up or down. Let's see if we can get a little closer. Oh, it's just pretty up here. Now we're starting in some lakes. Let's see what the... A little over an hour and 20 minutes out. Not even an hour and 16 out. Wind got a little stronger, but it's still from the side. Could always pull Icarus's trick and put a 40 knot tailwind on. Oh, sorry about that. Try not to cough in your ears. I gotta get a new microphone with a mute button on it. I can just push. The PC-21s for Thursday. It's gonna be a fun flight, but the river is all messed up that we're flying in because they don't have the Three Gorges Dam in there yet. But some places they have the water level of it, in other places they don't. So the water's like all different heights, so it's really weird. So I don't know if you want to fly that with the weird water, or if I should push that off until they update China, which I'm sure they're going to do at some point soon. Pretty big market. Push that flight off till after they upgrade China and then run someplace else. Or just go ahead and run it now and run it again after they update it, maybe with a different aircraft. The land's starting to climb. That's why I got to figure out we're going over or under these clouds. I don't want to fly into the side of a mountain. I don't even know where we're at yet. Oh no, we got ways from the mountains. We got a ways, so we're not gonna fly into them yet, but come on, where's the airport? I can see there it is, Calgary. But it's Calgary right there. Big airport out this way. But I have ATC shut off, so I don't know. I can't stand the way they talk to me constantly. See, I wouldn't make a good pilot. You get mad and tell ATC, don't tell me what to do. No, cool. Thanks, Sean. I hear something right here. Oh, everybody's back there. Just shut up. I know what I'm doing. Don't ever talk to me in a corner. I love Kimmy's radio traffic. I miss that. He was always very abrupt. I tell you, there's something I want to see in Formula One more than anything. I want all those computers and all those settings that the drivers have to be computer experts gone from the cars. There needs to be shifters, a gas pedal, a brake, and a clutch, and speedometer. That's it. That's all the drivers need to mess with. You need to be driving the cars. You set your engine mapping before the race, and that's what you get. Not change here, change there. Nope. I don't want drivers drive the cars, no settings. Just drive. And I see Mr. Lewis Hamilton decided to take out his jewelry and drive rather than go home. Remove the rings, rev dial, and 8-shifter. Real men cars. No, I like the cars. I like the crazy, stupid, high downforce cars. I want to see them go crazy, but I just don't want to see the I don't like them being computer experts. They shouldn't have to. They shouldn't have to play with that crap. They should drive. I usually say 3 things to my driver the entire race. Green, green, green. Halfway. And last lap. That's about it. I don't want to talk to him. It's his job to drive the car, not mine. There's not much I can say to him unless there's, you know, if I see an accident that's ahead of him, I'll tell him. But most of the accidents I don't see. So that's it. That's all we say. We don't talk. He's driving the car, and I've made all my choices before he goes out. Not much I can do once he's out there. Is it just me, or is the ground steadily climbing? It's high plains. It's steadily climbing. The ground's coming up. Those new hypercars, some of the ones they've shown so far this year, for next year, look like they're pretty intense. Yeah, lots of clouds coming. I decided we're going under or over. I think right now if we just go down 2,000 feet, which will take us longer to get there. But not much, I don't believe. I'm going to go down 2,000, see what the weather looks like. And hope the mountains that we're coming into aren't over 10,000 or if we do a mess. I'm going to take it down to 9,000 real quick and see what it's like down there. Can't get underneath them. They have plenty of room under. Good. I just don't want it to slow down too much. I gotta get up early. Yeah, the Vulcan and Valkyrie would have been nice to see in Le Mans. Those hypercars are an interesting idea, and it's good marketing for the companies. And some of the prototypes they've shown so far are pretty intense looking cars. Now we just got to get them to run. Got to get the LMD H's to run Texas. At Circuit of the Americas, because virtually every major race series has run at Circuit of the Americas. And IMSA's running there for the first time this year. So we'll have IMSA, NASCAR, IndyCar, and Formula One all have run the same track, so we can get some really good comparison times. I think I gotta go lower. And I'm over revving my engine. Oh, bumpy right here. I think I'm gonna take it down to 7. So it's nice having all those series run the same track, because you can actually finally see the differences between the two. Or 3 or 4, you know, you can compare NASCAR versus IndyCar, you compare IndyCar versus Formula One. I thought you said there was a lot of room under these clouds. I think some of these clouds go right down to the ground. Oh, no problem. These clouds go right to the ground. They go right down to the deck. Hey, Icarus was lying to us. Yeah, 3,000. If I go to 3,000, it'd be... Yeah, as it is, just dropping down here is making the trip longer. The lower you go, the longer it takes. I still don't like how some of the weather loads in quickly, but I'm not getting the big stutter when it's loading in anymore. Get his CFIT certifications? I've got my CFIT certification once or twice. I don't know, it looks like the train's starting to rise out there too. What's the temps look like? Do I have to turn on my de-icing or not? No, we're above freezing. We're good. I don't know if I'm going lower or not. Oh crap, you're way down there. Alright, fine, I'll take it down to 5 next. We can't get under it. Icarus just wants me down there hand flying it, that's what it is. To save that for the last 50 miles. Yeah, well, my little radar map here is telling me I'm not going to clear the ground ahead of me at this altitude. I see mountains above my horizon line. Oh, it's nice. Yeah, it finally cleared. I got it below it here at 57. I'm still showing land above my horizon line. Ooh, it's bumpy down here too. Should have went over it. Would have missed all these great views. Land's rising pretty good on the left there. I'm going down to 5,000, but I think the land's at least at 3 here. What the hell? K-Bob. K-Bob South. There's an interesting name. K-Bob? 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 Looks like the start of some housing developments, or those little more oil circles. Oh dear Lord, this just looks like it's going from bad to worse. Clouds are lower, the ground is rising. This is what happened to Kobe Bryant. Same thing. Ground rose, the clouds were low, got into IFR conditions with a BFR certified pilot. What's my synthetic image look like? Still have ground below my flight line, above my flight line. This could get bad. Oh, thank God we're in a plane. Ending sim. Yeah, 'cause we got this whole ridge we got to climb over. The actual Canadian Rockies. Oh yeah, that was fun that night. That was fun. That was a crazy flight, trying to get below it, trying to get around it, trying to hug the ground, start icing up. That was a hairy flight. Alright, I'm either going to have to make the decision to hand fly this the rest of the way in, or go over. Can't let the autopilot can't go much lower than this. Autopilot at just 1,000 feet above ground is not the greatest. Yeah, it's a long hand fly. I'm taking 12,000 feet next on my list. Yeah, 'cause I got mountains ahead of me. land above my horizon line. Things aren't good. It's getting thick. We're going up right through that hole right there. Not lower, higher. I'm going over this for the last hour. 1,300 foot a minute climb. I don't want to fly into the side of a mountain. We're warm enough so icing shouldn't be an issue. Didn't I land that flight, Sean, with the nose wheel up on the long EZ? And the wind was blowing so hard I couldn't get the nose wheel or the brake to come down. Speed brake to come out. Any idea what the ISA temp is? Yeah, I got 3 degrees Celsius here. We got 3 degrees. We should be good. Shouldn't be any icing. It's close, but there shouldn't be any. I don't know. Let's look it up. I was just thinking the same thing. International Standard Atmosphere Type Temperature. It combines the temperature with the barometric pressure at sea level. It gives you a value. So it's like your density altitude almost. Using a standard lapse rate of approximately 2 degrees Celsius per 1,000 feet of altitude. Okay. Well, now we know. Oh, this is dark. It's a big, thick, black cloud. The outside temp's down to 2. Still above freezing. I'm not getting icing on the windshield. I'm not even getting rain on the windshield, which is odd. The cloud this thick. Power lines. Yeah, it means you're below 100 feet above the ground. If you're worried about power lines. Climbing through the gap. It's lightening up here. Oh, there we go. We're starting to punch out at 9,200. Started to punch out. By the time I hit 12,000, we'll be above most of this. Glid the Bean. This is in a PV? P-I-V-I? I have no idea what aircraft that is, but oh, it's pretty up here too. You don't get to see all the mountains. It's definitely pretty up here. Now watch, I'll hit 12,000, we'll get to the mountains and the clouds will all be gone. Oh wait, I gotta be at odds, right? We're going slightly east? Yes, I gotta be odds. So I'm gonna go to 13. Icarus still descending down over there. Oh no, he's coming up a bit. Sean Dale's down there. There's Steve Rings, and I think we lost Hot Rod. He probably already landed by now. He's screaming around. Oh, I got sick of trying to fly slow with us. Oh yeah? You had an ITT warning in flight. What is ITT? Oh, gas flows through the engine. Ah. So in other words, it wants you to put on your inertial separator? Wolf Lake. Oh yeah, 13,000 foot's actually perfect, just above the tops. It's starting to break up down there. You can see stuff happening down there. My horizon line is still below the mountains. That's probably not good. Ah, internal temp too high. Oh, that whole full throttle thing gets you. I do my best to keep my throttle below red line. I know you can just turn off the damage and punch it, but I like to try to keep a little bit of realism to it. I don't know how high these mountains are. They're still showing above my horizon line. Guess we'll find out. I forgot to check the MSA before when I made this flight plan. Silly me, who needs to know how high the mountains are in the clouds? Not us. Where did you go? Oh, Sean. Oh, right dead below me. Wave them 2. Oh my God, I saw a video, I have no idea when it's from. It just popped up on one of the shorts, and it was Mr. Bean accepting an award at one of the award shows. He just walks up, reaches out, takes it, snatches it, goes back to his seat. He doesn't say anything to anybody. That guy is such a great comedian. Oh my God. It's funny if you find the clip. It's absolutely hilarious. He just storms up on stage, grabs the trophy, and right back to his seat. Never says a word. So now that we're up here, of course, the clouds are going to start to break up. Of course. It's pretty up here. So I do have to get the name tag mod, but I can't find one that still keeps the altitude on it. I want to keep the aircraft and the altitude on. But I'd also like to be able to shut it off real quick for screenshots. Oh, hey, if anybody gets a chance, go ahead and check out the Discord under General. I posted some pictures of it was the very first ring my dad bought my mother before it was even an engagement ring. He was in the military, and so he was 3 months of salary to buy it for her. And she had lost one of the stones, and I'd sent it to a friend of mine as a jeweler to restore it. And oh my God, he did a phenomenal job. And he couldn't match the old stone because she had lost one. There's no way to match it because it was so scratched up after 60 some odd years. So he took the original stone and made a necklace pendant mount for it, mounted it as a necklace, and replaced the two stones with a matched pair. He did beautiful work on restoring it, and he had a lot of work to do. He even reset the diamond, he did everything on it. And it's funny, he told me my mom and dad can't open it until I'm there to film it because he wants to see their reaction. Oh look, we're in Mario Land again. Does it love it when that happens? We're in Super Mario Land. Those old Spin 2 satellite photos only had like a 3-meter or 100-yard resolution on them. It looks like there's some square of snow right here. Super Mario. How are we doing on distance there, Chris? Is it time to hand fly yet? Oh no, we're still 193 miles out. No. Not hand flying that far. Only 40 minutes out. I think those mountains are still higher than we are. There's the horizon line. There's the mountains. Guess we'll find out in a few. Readjust my barometric pressure. It was off a little bit. Minutes, that what I had? 39 point something. Now I got, yeah, exactly 39, 38.55. Yes, 39. Not long. I'm only hand flying the last 50 miles or so. DC6. Yeah, we're getting in some hills, some real hills. We're leaving that bad weather behind us. Yeah, it's generic. It's old satellite photos, is what it is. They're so old that they don't have good resolution on them at all. I played with the Google scenery. I loved it, except for the fact that I had to eventually rip it all out because it was screwing up the regular scenery when you shut it off. The regular scenery was all messed up. And it was way better, but it was all messed up. There you go, there's a hill, the road up it and everything. We have a mountain here where you drive probably 3/4 or more of the way up, and then you park your car and you walk into the middle. You take a tunnel into the middle of the mountain, and you can take an elevator to the top. Well, if people want to go mountain climbing and not actually climb anything, or if you're wheelchair bound, you can still get to the top of the mountain, so you can take an elevator up. Drive 3/4 of the way, and then an elevator the last part of it. There's a big castle on the top and a bigger castle on the side. I can't get a Brett who mods everything, and then you have Shane who always keeps it standard, only buys official content and add-ons. You know what though? That's good that they're both separate, because we get the benefit of both. We get the best of both worlds. We get to see all the official content, and we also get to see all the other content, all the modded content. So we all get the best of both worlds. We get the best of each of them. Yeah, look at Icarus running up canyons already. we got a good community, that's for sure. We got a great community. Yeah, Icarus is having fun now. The mountains started coming up. He's ripping down the canyons, the valleys. We got sour nugs. I don't know why that name just struck me as absolutely silly. I like it, sour nugs. Sam's Might. I can't see the first part of that name. NXT. Sam's Might. You're icing, really? Where are you? Back there? Am I icing? Nope. I'm clean. Oh, maybe a little bit on the glass there. I think it's melted. Huh. What do we have for temp? Now that we're, oh yeah, temp's down to -6 up this high. I got my pitot heat on. I don't really need the windshield propeller de-ice. Not gonna need that yet. And mosquito heats. I don't really need the... Definitely don't need ice lights. It's daytime. Don't need the de-ice. The airframe. The plane's not really built nice. I think I just had a little bit on the glass. Wings look good. Famous last words. It looks fine. Oh, these mountains. Now we got mountains. Now we got real mountains. How far out were we? Oh, 30 minutes. This is going to be fun. Let's see if I can pick a path through these mountains. No. There isn't one. Unless I go straight over and try to pick up that valley. And I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to hand fly dead straight on the line, but we're going to go up and down over the mountains. "30 minutes out. Autopilot's going off. Nose is going down. Yeah, don't yell at me. We'll get below the icing. We'll get down with the warmer air. Because there's snow on these mountains. So I don't get it. The Asobo meshes work perfect. Like absolutely seamless. They're so smooth. I don't get any stuttering from them at all. But if I put in the one I have for Switzerland that I got from the in-game marketplace, that one stutters so bad I can't fly with it on in there. Let's see what we got here. Where's this valley go? Landed at Lake Louise for a break. And I just dropped down out of the clouds into the valleys. Can't really find a valley that goes anywhere near where I want to go. So I guess we're just gonna stay on course and just go up and over the peaks. I said the last 50 miles, and I turned around to the last 30 minutes instead. Oh well. This will be pretty right over these peaks. Trying to scare some hikers. This is a deep valley. Pretty. You got the river in the bottom and then the forest up the mountains, then you get up in the alpine zone. Run this bit of valley for a bit here. I know it's not taking me where I want to go, but that's all right. I'll take a right and go up and over this. Oh wait, I think I can scoot over. Maybe on the other side of this. Oh, just face it, I can't resist going down low to fly. This really isn't the plane to be doing it in. But oh, look at these views. Look at the mountains. Turn left just about the time I get that line. It'll shoot me up that valley and put me back on course. Yeah, my Discord's beeping again. I gotta fix that. I gotta mute the whole thing there while we're flying. Whoa, got a little close to that hillside right there. Oh, the effects off the windshield. This is pretty. They have come so far. I never would have dreamed that they'd come this far with something you could have in your living room. We're going to shoot right between those two peaks right ahead of us. Just go up and over. Head for that little tiny notch right there. I can see. I'll fly into it. I hope I can see what's on the other side of it. Oh, awesome. Look at that. Wow. After the last 5 flights of Tundra, this is just so incredible. Just amazing. I'm going right up by these cliffs. Look at this. I hear a jet. I don't see the jet, but I hear a jet. Oh, there's NXT Samsonite F-18. Sean Dale down there. It's just over there. Tater Rooney. Well, gents, I don't know any of you, but we're welcome to follow along, harass us, buzz us, try to scare us. Welcome to fly along. Did I say gents? In the broadest sense of the term. Ladies and gents. Which valley? Which valley? Eeny, meeny, miny, hey, mo. A little bumpy up in here in the mountains. What do we got for wind in here? 12 knots. That's why. Gotta check this little lake out. When you're like a house, like right in one of these little forested areas surrounded by the peaks, lake right there, tucked right back in here, nobody around, got a big lake, little pond. What a place that'd be to live. Yeah, bugger driving to town to get your food though. Probably have to have your own little bush plane. Watch my speed. Is that a highway? Or dirt road? Looks like a dirt road along the... Looks like a two-lane dirt road. It's a two-lane highway. Gotta be. There's power lines. Yeah, there's an actual highway. Somebody's down on the highway. Holy crap, gotta be Icarus down there screaming down the highway. Treetop level. Dude, you got it on. That bird's on fire. Oop, trees. We got to be the next valley over, though. I think I'm going to take a right, climb right up over this peak. This is how you turn the last 30 minutes of the flight into the last 45 minutes of the flight. I think you got the same idea as I do. You're going to go right through that gap. Look at that. Definitely tell that's an old volcano. Oh, I'm getting better at flying the plane from behind it. Still not used to not without seeing my instruments and everything. There we go. This is quite a beautiful spot. Isn't it? Yeah, this is amazing. This is a beautiful place. Holy cow. Look at the lakes, forests. This is a beautiful place. One of those where I'm going to look up later and see how much a commercial flight is into this airport. Of course, this airport probably doesn't look like this by the time I get there. Oh, there were some stutters. Something's stuttering right here. Back in the cockpit. Oh, it's still just a little choppy. Doesn't want to load in something right here. I think you're going up the wrong valley there, hey Chris. You know, it looks fun up through there, but I think that's the wrong one. We should be able to stay pretty much right up this valley, right through to the airport. Maybe you're right. Am I still in the wrong valley? Yes, I am. I still got to go up and over. Oh, there's a real aircraft up here. We got with us still. We got Steve and Sean out there still. Oh, that's bad. Won't look left. There it goes. Meanwhile, I fly right into this peak. No, that's all right. Don't mind. You don't have to fly down low these last bits. I just do it for kicks and shiggles. Put it that way. I wouldn't blame you at all for staying up high and enjoying the view. Still got to get one more valley over, don't we? Still got to go past this one. Got to get over that next ridge there, Chris. Yeah. Still got to get up and over that next ridge. Then we can rip down the valley into the airport. See if I can't cut some trees off when I get there. I'm shooting for that gap right ahead of the plane. Oh, not. Took my hands off the wheel. Got a little bit of torque going on. Mr. Shondale, you ever make it over here to my part of the world, I'll take you to that mountaintop. one of the only mountaintops in the world that's fully wheelchair accessible. And it's the 5th highest mountain in New York State. It's only like 15 miles from my house too. Oh, what? Pretty valley. Looked like there was a landslide back there. Oh, 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 oh. We'll speed back. Don't want to be peeling the wings off. In Mount Washington in New Hampshire, you could drive all the way to the top of that one, and they have a race like the Pikes Peak Hill Climb over there. You drive all the way to the top, but they have people there all winter, but it gets so much snow they can't get fuel trucks up there, so they have these monster fuel tanks, and they take up 30,000 gallons of fuel every fall. They go up with 6 fuel trucks in the fall to fill it up before the winter sets in. And like Pikes Peak, there's a train up that one too. You can drive up it, or there's a train all the way to the top. My bucket list to take the train. I'm supposed to be doing that this fall if I don't go on my European jaunt. I'm going to go to take that train up. Radium Hot Springs. I've heard of this place. Oh crap, hold on. I'll be right back. I'm sorry about that. I just swallowed wrong. Oh, my God. Excuse me. That last little splash of my coffee went right down my windpipe. Ugh. Radium Hot Springs looks familiar because my parents went there. And the hot springs are actually radioactive. They're slightly radioactive. People sit in them. Even in the wintertime, there's pools they can sit in outside with the snow because the water's hot. Not much of an airport there, though. Yeah, I'm good. It just coffee went down the wrong way. That little last sip, I went to drink it and I inhaled it instead of drinking it. Real smart. Vern 46 is in an A20N at 35,000 feet. I don't think he's going where we're going. We're actually going to a fairly sizable airport. In Vermeer. Go take a look at that. Looks like Mr. Sean Dale's on his descent into the airport. Fairmount Hot Springs, more hot springs. I don't know if I'd like the idea of hot springs. That means the lava's really close. Like I must say, that must be nice on a nice cold winter day or all frosty, but outside. Probably named after a place in Scotland, to be honest with you. Canada was a territory. British territory, so. But think of how nice it'd be. A nice, cold, frigid day, and you just go out and sit in a hot spring. Thaw out. We got more hot springs, Fairmount Hot Springs, down to Columbia Lake down here. I hear an airplane. Ah, there he is. Love the sound of that plane. Oh, that was cool. You could see your shadow go right over top of me there, Chris. Didn't see the plane, just a shadow swept across my tail. That was neat. I'm not even trying some of these names. Buzz the tower. Yeah, he's down there buzzing the tower. Gonna wake him up in there, make him spill his coffee. How much longer do we have to go? Not that far. This might be just a touch too hard. It says 9 minutes. 9.5 minutes to go. Which way is the wind blowing? Crosswind, so it's not going to matter which way we land. Good, we can come straight in. That's only 2 knots. Should be an easy landing. Very nice hot springs in Iceland. Seems strange being all wrapped up, but when you get in, it's amazing. Very cold when you come out. Yeah. Yeah. That would, I go, not anymore. I used to go all the time, once a year. Not all the time. Go once a year up to the Plaza Bonaventure in Montreal. Because they have a pool out on the roof of the skyscraper. No, it's not a skyscraper, but it's like 20 some stories up. And it's got a pool up there. And you start off indoors. You swim indoors and you swim under this little, you got to duck under and go out this little tunnel, and you come out outside and it'll be snowing and cold and you'll be swimming around in nice warm water. But that one, when you get out, you just swim back underneath the little tunnel and get out inside the, you're inside when you come back out, so. Used to go up there and stay for a couple days and go there. It'd be funny because we always go in the winter time so we could swim in the snow, and then we go over to the biodome, which has the Amazon rainforest, so it'd be all hot and humid, and go sit in there and watch all the critters and just hang out for a couple hours where it's nice and warm. And it's a neat city to visit in the wintertime because you can go all over that city without ever coming above ground. Hotels have direct access to the underground. You just take the metro from place to place. There's entire malls you can get to for shopping and dinner without ever going outside. Probably a good thing because it gets like stupid cold up there, and it's right on that river. It's an island on the river, so the wind blows all the time. I wonder if that's the color of the water because of all the minerals from the hot springs that'll dump into here. Steve Ring's got ahead of me. Been hanging back there most of the flight, and I get down here screwing around and he got ahead. That's right, it's an awesome flight. I still have trouble believing some days that you can get sit in your living room, get together with a bunch of friends, pick a spot anywhere on the planet, go fly together. Pretty amazing feat what they've managed to do with this sim, for sure. It's like here's the entire world. You can go with your friends. You can meet new people. You can just fly anywhere you want to go. I got to think of some crazy out of the way places that I would never fly in real life and I'd never think of going. Just to see what it's like. I think one of the ones that's on my list is Iran. I would never have ever considered flying into Iran. And considering North Korea, because I don't believe I would ever fly there either. Suppose those are hot springs right there for people to, in summertime, like beaches where you can climb in and sit in hot springs. There's the motels that go with them. Time to get just a little altitude so I can see the runway. I can see it looks like the airport. Blinky light up ahead. So if anybody has any places like that that we wouldn't normally think of flying, hit me up. Send me a message. And we'll go there. Get some lights on, eh? Whoa, that went wrong. There we go. Dark for you, beacon ahead, 10 miles. Yeah, I think I can see the beacon. I don't know why it's dark for you. I'm on live time, I think. Yep, mine says 10 nautical miles out. Got almost a headwind. Only 2 knots, so we can land straight in. We don't have to fart around and go around. At least I'm hoping that blinky light right there is the airport. This triangle should be the outer marker. Yep, that is the runway. We're good. We're lined up pretty good. Bring the speed back a little. Remember to put my gear down. My vision. I love this little. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All of a sudden, my plane didn't want to turn left. First notch of flaps out. Bleed off some speed. Maybe. Come on, bleed off some speed. Anytime you want to bleed off some speed. Be nice. The rest of the flaps out. I'm going to give it some rudder to try to get some speed off. There it goes. And we're down to reasonable landing speed. About 89. Just about perfect. Now let's see if I can butter. Icarus buttered. Looks like Steve Ring's buttered it. He put it in there nice and slow, smooth. Oh yeah, look at this. I think everybody's gonna butter here today. I'm going long, I'm floating forever. Oh yeah. Nose came down a little sideways, but look at that. Smooth as silk. I think I'm just going to turn across the grass too. Let's see, does Mr. Sean Dale make it down yet? Oh, he's coming in. Ah, nice and smooth. Everybody buttered this landing. Just as smooth as silk. You're like me, I think. Looks like you're going a little floating. Oh, yeah. Perfect. Everybody put it in perfectly smooth. Look at that. Now that's a great way to end it. Everybody buttering the landings. I'm going to shut some stuff down real quick and then get a screenshot. Off. Off, master, off. Engines off. Continue. Let's get the... I should have put my parking brake on, but I didn't. We'll wait for Mr. Sean Dale and we'll get ourselves a screenshot here. Perfect timing. About 9:45. Let's put my brake on so I don't forget. Nah, I'm good. It's not going anywhere. I'm logging out anyways. It's not going to roll away. A couple extra TBMs on the runway. There we go. Perfect. Got a screenshot. I want to thank everybody for coming. I want to make sure we try to catch everybody. We got Mr. Icarus and Mr. Sean Dale. And we have... Oh, who do we have on here? We got Luke. We got John Stinton. I know we got more than that. Oh, Banjo Frog messaged me. He wasn't going to make it. I want to say hi to everybody. We got Egress Crab. Yeah, I know we had two others. One of them's right here below me, and I can't see your. And we flew. My just drawing absolutely totally blank. Oh, we had Hot Rod with Steve Rings. I knew that. Sorry, Steve. Thanks for flying with us. Mr. Sean Icarus flew with us, and Hot Rod flew with us earlier. Thanks everybody for coming out. You all have a good one. And until next time, look out for everybody. Look out for each other. And take care of yourselves. And have a good night.